Assalamu alaikum peoples. In celebration of Ramzan, we will be making a halal themed video where we will be recreating the best goals by Muslim football players.
Ramadan Kareem.
First of all, we'll be recreating the Kareem Benzema Panenka versus Manchester City in the Champions League. This is only level 1. Here I'm trying to understand the technique in my first attempt. Here I hit it too low. But in the last attempt, this happened. We will be recreating Ashraf Hakimi's goal versus Arsenal in the Champions League. This is level 2. This was very easy, so I recreated this goal in my first attempt. I'm not sure if it was too central or not. Please tell me in the comments. Now we'll be recreating Mesut Ozil's signature skill, the Ozil bounce, where he hits the ground when he shoots, creating a chip. That was the Mesut Ozil goal. The dribble and then do the Mesut Ozil chip technique. At this point, I felt like giving up, but this happened. Now we're gonna recreate N'Golo Kante's solo goal.
Kovacic, decent ball too for Azpilicueta. And Conte. N'Golo Conte.
In my third attempt, I recreated the most humble footballer's goal. Now I will be recreating Lamine Yamal's wonder goal against Inter Milan in the Champions League. So basically this goal was very hard to do because of the technique that Lamine Yamal used. So this had taken a long time. So this basically is a time lapse of how many attempts I did. But then this happened. Now we will be recreating Franck Ribery's goal against Team Chunks in the charity match for hope in Qatar.
Always safe bet, to be fair. Lucy on the ball here.
Oh, wow!
Ribery's onside.
Ribery!
And
This goal was very easy, so I completed it in my first attempt. Now I'll be recreating Antonio Rudiger's wonder outside the box goal for Chelsea.
He's got to wait for the opportunity perhaps and just wait for someone to switch off.
Rudiger going for glory again. Oh my God, he's
On attempt 6-7, I did this. Now I'll be recreating Riyad Mahrez's goal for Manchester City.
Aki. City trying to get Mahrez into it as often as they can. And Perisic has been out fast here. Riyad Mahrez. What a...
The touch was very hard to complete, so it took me many attempts before I could actually get the perfect touch like Riyad Mahrez. I finally did it after so many attempts of nailing the touch. Now I'll be recreating the first ever African player to win the Ballon d'Or's goal, George Weah. I completed the former president of Liberia's goal in my second attempt. Now I'll be recreating this year's Champions League winner and Ballon d'Or winner's goal in the Champions League. This goal was unexpectedly very difficult to do, so I did a time lapse of all my attempts. But finally, I completed the challenge, kind of. Now I'll be recreating Mohamed Salah, the Egyptian King's Puskas winning goal. Finally, after so many attempts to recreate the Egyptian King's goal, I finally did this. Now I'll be recreating Monaco's new signing and French legend Paul Pogba's Trivela goal. The Trivela curve technique was very hard to nail. These Trivelas hurt my feet a lot. When I was ready to give up, this finally happened. Sadly, I was covering the ball when I went top corner. Now I'll be recreating French icon and legends Zinedine Zidane's goal in the Champions League. This is the last level and the most difficult goal. Finally, after so many attempts, so many goals, I finally completed my challenge.
The no-brainer. This was the banker. This was the one that couldn't fail. This was one that's never failed.
Let's go! Bonus challenge. I will be recreating Edouard Mendy's wonder save against Mohamed Salah from Liverpool.
Twists around Silva and plays in Salah. And Salah's